Welcome back to the block. I'm Marlon Jones, the Big Bull, and this is where you come to learn, earn, and not get burned. Guys, I'm coming at you with a quick video. Not going to make this a very long one. I want to talk to you guys about privacy coins and how I came about doing this little bit of research. In researching an airdrop that I was initially eligible for, came across some interesting information I'd like to share with you guys today on privacy coins. As you guys know, I've got the SmartCash website up. I run a SmartCash node, and they recently did an airdrop this month on a coin called BTC Confidential. When I first saw that, I was like, wow, another Bitcoin coin. Last thing I wanted to see, but I was like, oh, free currency. But first question came to my mind, why do we need this coin? Why do we need to have yet another Bitcoin out there? You know, as you guys know, there's 1,000 different Bitcoin knockoffs: Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, the list goes on. And I was like, you guys are adding yet another Bitcoin to the list of imposter Bitcoin coins. So if you know anything about me, I like Bitcoin, the Bitcoin core, the real Bitcoin, the one that's about $4,000 now. So, but anyway, I do like SmartCash, and I was wondering why that just seemed out of kilter for them. Why would they be doing that? I know they're not about money grabs. This is a very libertarian group. If you study their community, they're very serious about crypto and using crypto as currency. But anyway, I was wondering, well, why do we need that? What's going on with, why do we need to have another coin when we have Monero? I'm also a big fan of Monero and Dash, and I thought those were two pretty good privacy coins, and I'm invested a little bit in both of those projects, both of those tokens. But after doing some research, I came across this article here on ZD.net, and hold on, let me see if I can get that camera right for you guys. It says DHS looking into tracking Monero and Zcash transactions. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and read this entire article to you guys, but I do want to read the beginning and end of it. And I want to give you guys my thoughts on that. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, is interested in acquiring technology solutions that can track newer cryptocurrencies such as Zcash and Monero. According to a pre-solicitation document, DHS wants to know if this is possible before filing an official solicitation request later on down the line. The DHS said that prior efforts have addressed Bitcoin analytics, but now the agency and law enforcement agencies under its supervision are looking into similar cryptocurrency analytic solutions that can be used to track so-called privacy cryptocurrencies that support anonymous transactions. And it goes on to state, now if DHS receives positive feedback, and its agents will get their hands on tools that can track Monero transactions through exchanges and to fiat currency accounts, one can expect a slew of arrests to come in the coming years. Nonetheless, all this depends on private sector's ability to track and demystify the transactions of some of the privacy coins, which is currently highly unlikely. Now, that's what I thought at first, that I was like, well, the encryption methods that are currently being used by Monero and Zcash, that's going to be a fool's errand. Little did I know that statement, that last statement where it says it's highly unlikely, is not necessarily true. I went in and Googled Monero vulnerabilities, and you guys will never guess what I found. An article on Wired.com, the dark web's favorite currency is less untraceable than it seems. And we're talking about, you guessed it, Monero. So let's take a look and see what this, again, I'm going to leave the links to both of these articles in the description. So I encourage you guys to check these out, but let's check, I'm going to read a little bit from this article. Okay. A discerning dark web drug dealers and pseudo-anonymous hackers have figured that Bitcoin is not magically private money. Many have turned to Monero, a digital coin that promises a far higher degree of anonymity and untraceability baked into its design. But one group of researchers has found that Monero's privacy protections, while better than Bitcoin's, still aren't the cloak of invisibility they may seem. Monero is designed to mix up any given Monero coin with other payments so that anyone scouring Monero's blockchain can't link it to particular identity or previous transactions from the same source. But in a recent paper, a team of researchers from a broad collection of institutions, including Princeton, Carnegie Mellon, Boston University, MIT, and the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, point to flaws in that mixing that makes it possible to nonetheless extract individual transactions. Now, Monero has made steps to fix these flaws, but I'm going to skip forward a little bit. The privacy flaws that were especially acute before a change to Monero's code in February of 2017, the researchers note. But transactions before that time, so before February of 2017, are dangerously identifiable, and even payments after that may be easier to identify than Monero privacy-sensitive users might think. The mental model that people have today of Monero is a simplistic one, that these transactions are private. That model is just incorrect, says Andrew Miller, researcher at University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, who worked on the paper. There's information that revealed that not covered up by Monero's cryptography. Miller is also an advisor to Zcash, another cryptocurrency that promises privacy transactions. Now I'm going to skip forward to kind of point out in the article what the weakness is. Okay, it says, but researchers now point to two distinct cracks in Monero's untraceability, one of which was fixed in its early 2017 revamp, and the other one that still lingers today, even as Monero coders have taken steps to fix it. Both problems relate to how Monero hides the source of a payment, essentially by mixing the coin someone spends with sampling of other coins used as decoys, known as mixins. The researchers first note that the simple tricks allow an observer to identify some of the decoy mixins used to cover for a real coin being spent. In Monero's first year, for instance, it allows users to opt out of its privacy protections and spend coins with no mixins at all. Today, Monero requires a minimum of 4 mixins decoys for every transaction. The problem with the opt-out system, when an already spent and identified coin is later as a mixin, it can easily be plucked out of the mix to help identify the remaining coins. If that results in another coin being identified and that coin itself is used as a mixin in subsequent transactions, it can reduce the stealth of those later transactions too. So let me try to clarify. I had to read that a couple times to figure out what they were saying there. So basically, when you send a Monero token, they're private tokens that have no identity attached to them, and it goes through a mixer in order to kind of play a shell game with the token that you're sending, so that if somebody's watching that token or trying to trace it, it'll get mixed up with the non-identifiable coins and you won't be able to see it. But because there was a point in time, this is the same thing with Zcash, where you could opt out, just like with Dash, you could opt out to not use the privacy feature, and you send that coin. Now that coin's traceable. And then once it's used as a mixin, if it gets involved in another transaction as a mixed coin, then they can pluck that coin out or identify that coin and say, oh, that's a decoy coin, I'm not interested in that, which makes it easier for them to determine your identifiable coin. which allows them to attach. And when I say identifiable, what they're doing is they're looking for an IP that was attached to a particular coin. It's kind of scary how these guys work. So long and the short of it is, it creates a vulnerability in the privacy if you allow the user the option of not using the privacy feature. So if you really want to, what I'm getting out of this is if you really want to have a privacy coin, from the coin's genesis, you can't allow it to be an option to use the privacy feature. Every coin that goes through from the genesis block needs to be mixed and sent with the privacy feature attached. Now, Monero's working on a solution for that, but apparently there's a second problem. Now, let's take a look at that. The researchers also found a second problem in Monero's untraceability system tied to the timing of transactions. In any mix, in any mix of one real coin and a set of fake coins bundled up in a transaction, the real one is very likely to have been the most recent coin to have been moved prior to the transaction. Before a recent change from Monero's developers, that timing analysis correctly identified the real coin more than 90% of the time, virtually nullifying Monero's privacy safeguards. So, basically, what I'm getting from this is that we need to have and this is where this Bitcoin Confidential comes in. We need to have a privacy coin that from its genesis block, where all the tokens are of equal value. And what I mean by equal value, I'm not talking about the price of the coin. I'm talking about the attributes of the coin. That we don't have a mix of non-private coins and private coins, that all the coins are private. And that's what the SmartCash team identified. So one of the things they wanted to do, they have two main missions. If you read about this project, the first one is they want to have a cryptocurrency that's actually used as currency, a money use case for crypto. And so that's why they developed SmartCash. They have kind of the same goals as Dash. However, they do not want to have the privacy feature attached to SmartCash. The reason being that they want it to be able to operate as currency. They don't want any type of regulatory concerns or governmental concerns like current governments, like our United States government has with privacy coins. You've already seen efforts in countries like Japan to delist privacy coins like Dash because they have that privacy option. So rather than mix the two coins together and give them the same coin with a privacy feature and a non-privacy feature, they wanted to release a coin that just has privacy features for two reasons. A, any type of regulatory crackdown on privacy coins won't affect SmartCash. Any type of security issue won't affect SmartCash. B, in order to ensure that the coin, the privacy coin, is actually private, like I said, they all need to be of equal value, which means you can't have people using the coin in a public fashion or a non-private fashion and, going back and forth. The coins need to be sent using the mixing process, all of them, so that they all have the same value as a mixing coin. When I say a mixing coin, that's a coin simply that's been sent with the privacy attached to it. So that's why Bitcoin Confidential was airdropped. Now, like I said, I'm not here to try to sell you guys Bitcoin Confidential, but I do want to point out one of the things that I think is kind of unique about it and why it's being airdropped. And you can check out some more information here. I'm going to leave the link here for their website. This is an effort to combat what we were just looking at from the Department of Homeland Security. where we have a coin from its genesis block where all coins are going to be required, where the user won't have an option to send it with the non-privacy feature attached. This will ensure the privacy of the network, the privacy of the transactions, and because all the coins will be of equal value. So they took, some of the technology, I guess was the word I'm looking for, from Zcash and Monero and created this coin. It's going to be a proof of stake coin. And like I said, the main thing is all these coins have equal value, which will not subject them to the vulnerabilities that DHS, or Department of Homeland Security, is now looking to exploit in Monero and Zcash. These coins were airdropped to all SmartCash holders this month. If you're holding any SmartCash and you had to have it in your wallet, those coins have been airdropped to you. Now, you're not able to claim them until I think the wallet's going to be released at the end of this month or sometime next month. And again, the coin will be sent completely private, which means you cannot send a public transaction. And that's to ensure the privacy of this coin. But anyway, I'm going to leave these links below, guys. I thought this would be something that I wanted for you guys, especially you that follow me that are into the privacy coins. This might be something you want to dig into a little bit deeper. If you have any additional information that you know about privacy coins, please leave it for myself and the other subscribers on my channel for us to look into. Any other additional information you may have on privacy coins be greatly appreciated. Again, I'm going to be back at the first part of next year after the holidays. I want to wish you guys a happy holiday and a safe new year. I'll be back the first Friday of the 2019. And I appreciate you guys tuning into my channel. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Please share with a friend. And I'll check you guys later. Peace.